Congratulations, you've made it through Unit 6, and you are almost done with 2/3 of the course. I want you to know that the material that we have covered in this unit is quite advanced and not normally taught in introductory courses, especially this argument about the optimal labor income tax that requires some work and a couple of video lectures to develop is something that is not covered in even most undergraduate courses. But given all of the tools that we have developed in the past for units, we were able to really attack the problem and solve a simple version of it. I hope that you have found that rewarding. I certainly have enjoyed a lot teaching this material to you. There have been a lot of technical details, but there are 3 big ideas that we have covered in this unit that I want to highlight so you remember it for the long term. First one is that the optimal tax problem needs to resolve a conflict or trade-off between redistribution and inefficiency or distortions. Because of the inequality, you want to redistribute, but as you increase the tax, you also introduce inefficiencies, which reduces the size of the pie, and the optimal tax balances these 2 motives. The second point is that price controls, in general, this type of price control policies have 2 properties. One is they lead to sizable deadweight losses, but can improve either consumer surplus or producer surplus through the redistribution of social surplus between consumers to firms or firms to consumers. And the third is that legal incidence is different from economic incidence. Let me emphasize this. From now on, whenever somebody describes a policy to you, before you judge whether it's a good or a bad idea, you have to work out what is the equilibrium to really tease out what the economic incidence is, because we have seen that it's often very different from the legal incidence. Where are we in the big picture of the course? Unit 6 concludes our systematic study of competitive markets. In the next 2 units, we're going to study what happens in markets when there is imperfect competition, when the firms are not price takers. And in the last unit of the course, we're going to study what happens in markets that fail the first welfare theorem. They fail to produce Pareto optimal allocations because there are externalities.